educator, there are several realizations that I tried to integrate in my sharing today. And I hope amidst your busy schedule, and I can sense that you are in your classroom listening and you're doing something at home. Thank you for your time, to respond to this intellectual unrest. It is only in this somehow, it is only in these kinds of conversation that we get to have a respite of our daily tasks. But for all of you there doing something, just continue and savor the time that we are together. And again, thank you very much for your precious time. Okay, so start. I've already called the I requested Ma'am Claire to help me with the quick survey, because out of 448 participants, say excluding us, so around 400, we are now 450. Okay, I'd like you to share your encounter with this, with the next few slides that I am going to share with you. Okay, just tell me if you are familiar with this text or not. So I think there is a poll or a survey, but please participate so that I would know how to react in as my discussion progresses or as my sharing progresses. So how do we do it, Ma'am Claire? Thank you for assisting me, Ma'am Claire.
Sure po. Bali, dear participants, we'll send a link on the chat box, and then you'll have to click the link to answer the poll. All right?
Okay. So the link is there already, Ma'am Claire?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Ma'am
So
Rose. We
just
already
tell
sent it on
me,
the chat box.
yes po. Thank you, Ma'am Claire. So just tell me if you know this. Alamat ng bayabas. Okay, I'll give you some time to answer the poll, because we really need to take a look, to realize whether as participants you know these texts. Alamat ng bayabas. And I remember my mother really sharing this story to us as bedtime stories. It would always be partnered with alamat ng pinya. Okay? So, but I'm asking you if you are aware of this alamat ng bayabas. So sometimes my mother would read to us alamat ng pinya, alamat ng ampalaya, things like that. Do we have the result, Ma'am Claire? Out of 454?
Ongoing pa po yung pag-answer nila, but right now, 54 answered yes, that they are familiar with the book, and 67 answered no.
Okay.
Doctor.
Not necessarily the book, but the story. Or have you had an encounter about, do you know this alamat ng bayabas?
Right now, 72 po yung nag-yes and 79 yung nag-no.
Okay, thank
Doctor.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, so I can see hearts there. Next text. Would you know this one? Si Malakas at si Maganda.
Ayan.
Ayan.
Maybe some participants cannot access the link. They're answering po sa chat box, Miss Rose.
Okay.
And lots of them are answering yes.
Okay.
Yes daw po sa kawayan. Familiar daw po sila.
Yes.
And I'm not seeing a no naman po dito sa chat box natin.
Okay, so most of our participants know the story si Malakas at si Maganda. So taas ng kamay ang mga magaganda dyan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Taas ng kamay.
Si Jennifer, no? At taas ang kamay ng mga Guwapo. Ayan,
Ayan,
nagtaas si Sir
marami pong
Emmanuel.
nagtataas ng kamay sa
Oh
chat
my
box
God.
natin po.
Sir Geronimo. Yan. Yan. Ayan, I can see a lot of likes. No, it means that they know the story, si Malakas at si Maganda. Next text. Okay, so let's have some transition there. How about the stories of Sweet Valley High? You know, I have a story about Sweet Valley High because when I was in high school, this was very popular, but only for the RK. You know what RK is? Anyone from the participants? RK
Hmm.
means,
Rich kid daw po.
correct. Sino nagsabi ng rich kid?
Madami sila, Miss Rose.
Okay. So
Almost all
correct.
hindi daw po
Yeah.
familiar din sa book.
Yeah, because Sweet Valley High is expensive. So only those who are RK can basically have this an access of the Sweet Valley High. But do we see a yes to from our participants, Ma'am Claire?
Wala, ayan, may isa pong nag-yes, si Jasmine.
So, ano tayo, mga ah, okay, so may mga RK, rich kid, okay? So, how about this one? Yan, Precious Hearts Romance. Sino po ang
Yes din ako
pamilyar
dyan po.
sa Precious Heart? Ikaw ba, Ma'am Claire, familiar ka ba dito?
Yeah, familiar
Oh
po.
my God! So this is our Filipino version of Precious Hearts Romance. I can still vividly remember my experience with Precious Hearts romance stories because that's actually being rented. No?
Yes.
Sino po yung sa mga participants natin, sino po yung nakakaalala na nagre-rent po kayo noon para makabasa ng Precious Hearts Romance? Meron po ba? Yeah, do we have a participant who had an experience of renting? Ayan, I can see likes there. Yan, basically,
Yeah.
meron ba, Ma'am Claire?
Meron daw po, and some of them are collecting po yung books from Precious
Wow.
Hearts. Ayan.
Yeah, they are collecting Precious Hearts Romance.
Yes po.
Yeah. That's very interesting to note, right? So remember the first text that I have before this, no, the previous slide. So we had the Sweet Valley High, which is basically an American version of a novelette, to our own context of Precious Hearts Romance. And some of you testify that you are actually you have a collection of this and you're compiling this and in my case I'm into renting. Okay, next, how about this one?
Yes.
Okay, sino ang pamilyar sa ano kayang istorya nito? At naging very popular pa hanggang ngayon. So, who can testify that comics helped you actually learn how to read? Because when I was very young, as in my elementary days, we were exposed with a lot of texts like this. Okay? So sino po sa inyo, who among you in our participants had an experience of being able to read because of the help of comics?
Miss
Meron po
Rose,
ba?
one participant, si Miss Carmen, I believe in that sa comics ako natuto ng Filipino.
Wow. Okay. So you have been exposed with this kind of text, no, comics. And remember when I was very young, there's like a series of stories and you have to really look into the next issue Okay, so before we didn't have TV, so mostly we rely on stories and the continuation of the story to the next publication. Okay, next, how about this one? And I can see a silence in the room, Ma'am Claire.
Yeah, most of them po are answering no.
Okay. And
Hindi daw
look
po
at our,
sila
I love
familiar.
it. No, our participants would have to click on the smiley because I believe that one of our weaknesses is really math, numbers, right? Okay.
Yeah,
So we see a sudden reaction, no, from those texts that are familiar to our participants and to us also, Ma'am Claire, to this. And now, I think, no, I am happy with the kind of smile. Is that a smiley face? I don't think that's a smiley face.
they are laughing po.
Ah, okay. So, rolling on the floor laughing.
Yeah.
Okay, how about these, my dear participants? Our dear participants. Another silence in the room, Ma'am Claire.
Yes and no. Ano po, halo
Okay,
po yung ating answer from the participants. Some of them
okay,
are familiar po and some of them are not.
okay. So we see how the kind of interaction, no, with the text, no, really affects our engagement. No? If we are familiar with the text, then we can say that we can have a pleasant experience. Okay? So, however, when we try to look at the content of the material, and then sometimes we thought that this material is not for us, then we have this kind of gap. No, we try to look at this as something that we question ourselves now. Do we need, or do I need to read this book? Is this for me? Do you think that the author has written this to you or for you? Those are the questions that we think, the questions that come up, no, in our minds, and then we need to realize, no, the kinds of questions that we ask. Now, I need a volunteer, Ma'am Claire, who will simply read the next slides that I will be showing. May I ask for one participant to open his or her camera and then just try to read the text that I am going to share with you in a little while. To motivate, no, I will give you a prize, no, gift certificate from Starbucks.
All
I
right, dear
will,
participants,
yeah,
as
I
na pong,
will send a GCash.
ayan, may mga
Wow!
nag-raise na po ng hands dito. Let me just check.
Yay!
Si Dr. Noemi Formanan. Ayan, siya po yung
Oh my God, we
nauna.
have a doctor.
Sige
Dr.
po.
Noemi, could you please open your cam?
Um, yung Hi, Dr. Noemi, you may now unmute your microphone po.
I did already. Can you hear me
Ayan.
now?
Yes, Dr. Noemi, I want to see you. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Could you please give us a little introduction of yourself, Ma'am Noemi? You cannot open your cam.
I don't think we are allowed now. We can.
Okay, wait. I think,
Hi, Dr. Noemi. I promoted you po as panelist, so now you can open your camera po.
wow, you have just been promoted.
For this activity.
Yes.
Ayan.
Okay, Ma'am Dr. Noemi.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes,
Hi,
Dr. Noemi,
doctor.
we can hear you.
Yeah. So, wait. Okay.
Oh,
Good
there you go.
morning.
Could you please
Okay.
introduce yourself to us, ma'am?
Yeah, good morning. I am Dr. Noemi. I am actually joining from Doha, Qatar.
Oh my God! We have a participant from Doha, Qatar. Hello, ma'am. Oh, do you have a
Okay.
GCash?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, very
And
good.
and I am glad to be seeing ako Tomasian. I'm also a graduate of University of Santo Tomas.
Oh my God!
Wow.
So we call it serendipity, right?
Yes. Actually, I used to be a faculty professor in College of Pharmacy, in the Faculty of
Oh my.
Pharmacy.
So are you
Okay,
teaching there
anyway,
in Doha?
yes, Vice Principal of Philippine School Doha.
Oh my God. Hello, ma'am. Ma'am
Morning
Claire,
po.
you see what you've been doing?
Yeah.
You've been connecting, no? Teachers from
Yes.
all over the world. Congratulations.
That's the beauty of our technology po today.
Yes,
Di ba
thank
po?
you.
We
Correct.
can
Okay.
gather.
So, Dr. Noemi, so once you're able to read the text after this slide, we'll give you, of course, you have Starbucks there, right?
Yes, there.
Okay,
We have
yay.
Starbucks.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, here's the text. Can you read that?
No, I don't think I can read that.
Okay,
I'm-
thank you. How about this one? You basically, Dr. Noemi, we are processing, no? I'm going to look at the processes later. We cannot read that. That's
Yes.
actually Hangul, right? Korean.
Okay.
Okay, how
I'm not
about this?
even with the text.
Yes po. How about this one? Can you read?
I can read, but I do not know if I am going to pronounce correctly.
Correct. Yeah. But you can read. Can you read
Yes.
to the text to us, please?
Okay. Isungane sigani hulogan dedo. Ne a ne baro gusaram. Simjan gitwi nungol magul sugaom nunde. Negunul ng hangsang bonhago, me ilgatun saranggul. Hamkehan hetongu. Saramino yotso. Hangsang gidar, yot don sarang, hancha mul gidar yot. Don mega sog saragin, jigum yogi eso itjo nonum ne ane gusarang modon gol julju otdon. Is that it?
Nema ume ta tutamul.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, you've read it well. You've read it very well, Dr. Noemi. And thank you for your active participation. Now there are look at the reading processes that I will explain in a little while. Okay? So Dr. Noemi was able to read it correctly because we are now using the alphabet. Unlike in the previous text, we have the Korean character Hangul, right? So it's completely a stranger to us. It's a foreign to us, foreign thing. But if you try to look at this slide, it's in our alphabet and we are able to read or decode it. No, Dr. Noemi was able to decode it, but that's not actually reading. May I ask Dr. Noemi, what's the heat index there? Because we're complaining here in the Philippines, it's like 45, 40. What's the heat index in Doha?
Because we are just ending the winter time. When you asked the participant what was the temperature a while ago, it was actually 26 degrees. And I am
Wow!
in air conditioned room. That's why.
Because you're approaching the end of the winter, right?
Yeah. No,
But if
we are
it's
actually approaching the summer. We are almost into the
okay.
winter.
So at the peak of the summer season, what's your heat index?
45, 47.
Same here in the Philippines. Oh my God. 45, 47. Here in the Philippines, like that. Di ba, Ma'am Claire?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my God. So welcome
Around
to
44
Doha,
to
Filipinos.
47.
Welcome to Doha. Okay. So later on, I'll explain no, our processes. But Dr. Noemi, I think Ma'am Claire will share her screen. Could you please read it to us? Or probably you can sing it, Ma'am Noemi. I heard that Thomasians are good singers. So I'll stop
I
sharing.
hope I can do justice to that.
Ma'am, Dr. Noemi, usap tayo after this. Okay, ayan na.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, can you hear the sound, Ma'am Noemi?
I
Participants,
no.
kindly manage the volume on your end na lang po.
So you'll read or sing up to chorus. Okay lang po ba, Dr. Noemi?
Yeah. No
Okay.
problem.
Sa pagpatawag ng bawat
Bawat
oras
oras ay ikaw
ang
ang
iniisip-isip
iisip
ko.
ko.
Hindi ko
Mahinto,
mahinto, pintig ng puso. Ikaw ang pinaparapan ko. Simula
Simula ng batang to,
nabalang
balang
araw,
araw,
ibig ang puso. Ikaw
ang pag-ibig na hinintay,
puso
ay nalumbay ng kahit taga, ngunit ngayon,
ito na
ikaw,
ang
ang pag-ibig na binigay,
sa
sa akin ang may tapat, biyaya ka,
buhay
buhay ko,
ika'y
pag-ibig ko'y ikaw.
Yay! So we want to sing na. And then I think a participant is messaging us that her students are already singing.
Oh.
Napakanta namin kay Doc. Napakanta daw sila sa inyo, Dr. Noemi.
Salamat po.
Okay, so thank you. I'll share my screen again. What an awesome singing, huh? Congratulations, ma'am. You win. Starbucks certificate. I'll send the
Pangalan ko
Starbucks
na.
coupon later. Okay, ma'am.
Salamat po. I can remove now my video.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you, ma'am there. Ingat lagi. Okay, so let's process our activity because it's important that we process everything. No. Now, remember, for a while. Okay. I'm sure when I shared this slide with you, colleagues from the teaching profession, your reaction was the same as Dr. Noemi. And please realize that your learners, if you present a text that is totally stranger to them, they will also have the same reaction. There is this, what I was calling earlier, when you have already made a gap from the text to your reader because the text is unintelligible, okay, and incomprehensible. We cannot even decode it, correct? Because, of course, we are used to reading by the aid of the alphabet. We were not oriented to have these kinds of characters. So, that is not basically reading, okay? Now, with this kind of text from the we had this kind of feeling that you can actually read it, just like what Dr. Noemi demonstrated, but this one is not actually reading. Okay? So when we look at the alphabets, the letters, we can basically blend the sounds and the graphemes. However, we cannot make sense of it, and we cannot even say that we actually read it. And we cannot even say that we have understood what it means, my friends. So therefore, this in the discipline of reading, even though you can sound out, that is actually sounding out because the blending of the sounds. But it's not actually reading, my friends. Okay? So later on, as my discussion or as my sharing progresses, I would take a look, with this kind of processes. But when we have the language that we are basically familiar of, plus the combination of the rhythm or the cadence of the music, I can see a lot of hearts. I can see a lot of likes. I can see that there is an active participation, that even some of your students would know what the song is. So one participant commented that this is actually a Korean translation of Ikaw, sang by Yeng Constantino. But what I'm trying to say here is, mga kaibigan sa disiplina ng pagtuturo ng pagbasa, if we give a text that is unfriendly to our students, wala naman po, sa disiplina po ng pagbasa, meron po tayong tinatawag na unfriendly text. Bakit? These texts are called unfriendly because they have unintended readers. They have an intended reader. Okay, for example, if I give you a text on, say, statistics or inferential statistics, dealing about higher inferential statistics, probably not all of us can appreciate it. But it just means that the text is unfriendly to you because you are not actually the intended reader. And ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to realize that the book, there's a part of the book that would tell you whether this text is for you, whether this text is friendly or would be unfriendly to you. So 'di ba yung word, yung bahagi ng aklat na tinatawag nating preface or preface, and some authors would literally enumerate, the requisites for readers who may basically understand the text. And this is an important realization for today. You may find the text to be difficult, primarily because we have to take note that the book may not necessarily be written to you. And that is why it is important that when we select reading materials to our students, to our readers, learners, we must make sure that they are actually intended to our students. So there are several measures on how we can make sure that that the texts are for them. So we can look at the readability of the material, the developmental appropriacy or appropriateness of the text. So these are the things that you need to consider. And as a teacher, we can have the first control of the text that we ask our students to read. Now, the lesson that I would like you to ponder on would be, first, some materials are not even decodable. Okay, so this one is not decodable for us Filipinos. Okay, we cannot decode that, basically. This one is decodable, but we cannot understand it. So it's not reading. It's actually barking at the print. Bakit siya tinawag na barking at the print? The analogy is, what does the dog do when he she eat, ayan yung mga, ito na naman yung dilemma ko sa paggamit ng pronouns if the reference is a dog, because nowadays we consider dogs to be part of our family. So some of us would not literally use the pronoun it for dogs. So kayo na lang pong bahala, no? What does the dog do if he sees a stranger? Ano pong ginagawa ng aso kapag nakakakita po siya ng estranghero at hindi niya kilala? Okay, tingnan ko po muna yung chat box. Pasensya na po. Naku, hindi ko siya makita, Ma'am Claire.
Hi, ma'am. Good morning.
Sorry, tulungan mo
Bali,
po.
they're answering bark. Nagbabark daw po, tumatahol yung aso.
Ayun, tumatahol. So, tumatahol yung aso kasi stranger. Stay with me, Ma'am Claire. Stay with me, Ma'am Claire. Tumatahol yung aso kasi hindi niya kilala. So tayo, kapag binasa natin tong teksto na to, tila ba tayo ay tumatahol kasi hindi natin kilala ang teksto. So ang tawag doon ay decoding. We bark at the print. Pero what does the dog do when she eat? No? Tama ba ako, Ma'am Claire? Most of us are considering dogs as family members, no?
Yes.
I'm giving them the freedom to choose the pronoun. He, she, it, no? Yung iba meron tayong, 'di ba, meron na po tayo yung fur babies. Meron ka bang
Yes.
fur baby, Ma'am Claire?
Meron po kami sa bahay. Dalawa.
Oh, yung pamangkin ko may 8 Shih Tzus. 8. So,
Very big family po sila.
yeah, oo. Ilan ang fur baby mo, Ma'am Claire?
Dalawa po.
2 lang, wala. Yung pamangkin ko 8 at hindi niya binebenta. Anyway, so what does the dog do when he, she, it sees its owner? Tingnan natin. Ano pong ginagawa ng aso kapag nakikita niya yung may-ari o yung nag-aalaga sa kanya o yung nanay o yung tatay niya?
Nagiging malambing at masunurin.
Masunod.
Nagwiwiggle daw po ng tail.
Correct. That's it. No, the dog wags her tail. Okay? So there is an interaction. And the dog does not even bark, right? Thank you, Ma'am Claire. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma'am Ro.
So, ibig sabihin nun, no, there is already an established connection between the dog and his or her or its owner. But try to look at the discipline of reading, my friends from the discipline of reading. We try to look at, when you see this text that I am showing you right now, we can see that there is actually an interaction. However, that interaction is superficial. Why? Because you can only sound out. No, you can only sound out. You realize the phoneme and the grapheme relationships. And therefore, sounding it out correctly does not mean that you are actually reading the text. Are you still with me? Can I have a thumbs up sign po? Can I have a like sign, please? Thank you so much. Okay. So meaning to say, in our own reading journey, okay, in our own reading journey, my friends, we can say that we establish several engagements and connections with the text. So ngayon po, masasabi natin na highly superficial yung ating connection sa teksto na ito. Hindi natin kasi naiintindihan. Pero when Ma'am Claire played the music, we have this kind of already, no, an emotional connection to the text. And that it gave us the chance to reminisce our past, because there is a high level of connection text. And some of you, no, some of you, I can see, no, Ma'am Claire was doing this kind of hand gesture, and some of you are doing this one. So it's like the cadence, no? There is an established connection already. So this is my friends, this is my friend an important consideration in choosing our reading material. Okay? So as my discussion progresses, I hope you stay with me because I'd like you to realize several things in my sharing today. Okay? So let me go on. So, number one, we need to establish emotional connection with the text. Okay? So, the YouTube video is actually the one shared by Ma'am Claire. Okay. Now, we need to look at I think the most important thing that we realize right now is the fact that in our country, our beloved Philippines, no, we realize that really there is a challenge in literacy education, correct? And that I think is a very good sign for all of us because now that we have identified the dire need of our learners, I think in many ways, we see that pandemic really hit us hard, but it gives us a lot of opportunities to rethink the way we think. No, we rethink the way we think with several things, especially in our education. Okay, and because of the international assessments, the results of PISA, of CPLM, of several international assessment tests. Now we realize the challenge. At sabi natin, tila ba nasampal tayo ng panahon? What have we been doing? No, not only as a teacher, but as a mother or a father as well. Because everything boils down to our home as my discussion progresses in a while. We have to look at the challenges in literacy. Okay? Now, I'd like you to look at foundational literacy. Of course, here in the Philippines, we're not sure in Timor-Leste because I saw a participant from Timor-Leste. And may I ask if, aside from Timor-Leste and Doha, Qatar, do we have international participants? Meron pa po ba tayong from US? Baka meron tayong from US. So you can basically share Singapore, baka may teacher sa Singapore, no? Mag-chat lang po kayo na you're listening or watching all the way from your country of origin. Okay? Now, let me continue. The challenge in literacy is basically the foundation, no? Is the foundation for literacy learning. I know you know, no? I know you know that many, if not all, many children start school without the foundations for literacy learning, including basic language skills already in place. Do you agree with me? Many children start school without the foundations for literacy learning, including basic language skills already in place. These children, my friends, these children effectively need remedial support from day one as teachers struggle to compensate for early learning deficits. Why? Because early childhood development is still seriously under-resourced in the Philippines. Most children, if not all children, do not attend any early childhood education programs in the years between birth and school. Okay? And when they do, there is often only limited content relating to language and emergent literacy. I'm sure some of you may say, my children, I enrolled my children in kindergarten. But the emphasis here is, see, from birth and school, the formal school that we can think of. No? Why? Again, it's a challenge of, it's economical challenge, di ba po? I think that is not the priority of several mothers or fathers or parents for that matter. So under-resourcing in the education system remains a serious issue. That's a challenge for all of us. And it takes a lot of effort to respond to that challenge. Now, I know you know this. Children cannot learn to read without books and other appropriate texts. Okay? But our respective homes and classrooms often do not have enough storybooks and readers of an appropriate level to enable teachers to teach literacy effectively. One of the many problems that we recognize right now is that uh, the perspective of parents, of mothers, fathers, would still be in the traditional way, saying that they are going to enroll their children so that they would be able to read and write, without underscoring their primary responsibility as first teachers of their children. Do you agree? And my friends, it's highly important that we change the framework or the mindsets of our mothers today, of our parents today, that they share equal responsibility with us teachers. Okay? Now, if we try to look at our community participation, so later on as my discussion progresses, you'd realize this. You know, the Reading Association of the Philippines, in my presidency, has established a very good relationship. And I was able to revitalize the partnership of RAP and the National Library of the Philippines. In a report published by the National Library of the Philippines in 2019, it is reported that majority of the public libraries in the country are found in the municipalities. That's around 50%. Some barangays have 21% library and cities 19%. Unfortunately, in the provinces, especially those we consider distant, it's like they have about 9%. So these statistics would tell us that it seems quite a few, right? Imagine municipalities have 50% of the library, but take a look at the consideration. We have these figures, friends from the teaching profession. However, the actual total numbers of public libraries in the Philippines only make up 3% of the ideal as prescribed by the law. Again, I will just put an emphasis on this. The actual total numbers of public libraries in the Philippines only make up 3% of the ideal as prescribed by the law. Now, if you try to look at the municipalities, because of the partnership of RAP and NLP, I frequented NLP, National Library of the Philippines, there in Calao and very near UST. And it's just so shocking that we have a very good NLP, National Library, but there's not so much visitors. What have we been doing as educational institutions? How do we view the use of libraries So these are the things that we need to rethink. We need to unlearn things to relearn. Sabi nga po, no? You cannot learn if you're not able to unlearn. Okay? So this is really a challenge for all of us. And in the public school systems, I was told, there's not enough librarian. There's not enough, how do we call that? Because in the university, I would say there's not enough load. Okay, but there's not enough position, or not even enough certified or licensed librarian. Sometimes whoever is the floating teacher will be assigned as a librarian. Okay? So I think this is a challenge for all of us. Another thing that we really need to look at is our large class sizes. You know, the most, according to a research, there's an article that I've read, and it said the most tiring profession is teaching. Ang pinaka nakakapagod na profession daw ay ang pagtuturo. Agree po ba kayo? Mag-like ang agreed. Ayan, thank you. So, bakit daw tayo pagod? It's not, my friend, sabi dun sa nabasa kong article, it's not because of the physicality to do as a teacher. But you know what makes teaching profession as the most tiring profession? It's the decision making. For a day, teacher has to make a decision 20,000 times. So it's our cognitive load that makes us a tiring profession. Imagine making a decision 20,000 a day, 20,000 times a day. So our brain is already tired. Plus, the masculinity that we need as a teacher, because we need to carry heavy books, heavy things. Sometimes we need to clean our rooms and carry boxes and these chairs. No, it's a large class sizes. I think that's one of the problems. And again, by our own, we cannot do anything about it unless you're a billionaire. And then if you see that there's like a scarcity of classroom, okay, so you may probably want to build your own classroom, but that's very impossible, right? That's another equally important challenge that we need to face. Okay. Again, another report of Southeast Asia Primary Learning Metrics in 2019. Are you aware that it is only in the Philippines that we don't have a curriculum on teaching reading for all our future teachers? So according to this report, it's only the Philippines is the only country that does not offer reading as a discipline for all incoming or pre-service teachers. Before, when I was in college, I can still remember the offering of Developmental Reading 1 and Developmental Reading 2. Are you aware of this, ma'am? And can anyone please tell me if you are a student who graduated with the course Developmental Reading 1 and 2? Is there anybody here who can still remember? Meron po ba, Ma'am Claire? Paki-check po.
Hi, Ma'am Rose. Si Ma'am Margarita, yes, we had, sabi niya po. And some of them
Okay.
are answering yes and some no po.
Okay, so thank you, Ma'am Claire. Pero ngayon po, alam ko po yan kasi dati po yan ang tinuturo ko dito sa UST, no? Developmental Reading 1 and 2 sa College of Education. However, ngayon wala na po siya. Okay? And unfortunately, when I was invited in my capacity as the president of RAP, I was invited by Senator, the chair of public basic education. Who is the senator chairing that basic education committee? Oh, I forgot. So I was invited, no? I was shocked that because I asked questions. When I asked the good senator this question, is there a conversation going on between CHED, the higher education, and the basic education? I think the higher education is chaired by the husband of Heart Evangelista. Who is the yeah. Sino na nga, Ma'am Claire? Yung husband ni Heart
Si
Evangelista?
Senator Chis Escudero po.
Ayun, thank you. And if you know the basic education chair, si Senator dating congressman ng Valenzuela.
Si Senator Win Gatchalian po.
Ayun, yes, Senator Win Gatchalian. Thank you for your help, Ma'am Claire. You see, when I was invited to be one of the key persons of the Senate bill, making November as the official National Reading Month because it has a lot of stakeholders, no? And we need, before a bill passes to become a law, there is a public hearing and there is a public consultation, and I was one of the key resources of that law. And then when I asked the very good senator if there is a continuation of the curriculum in the teaching of reading to the higher education, well, the attorney, the attorney on his side said that the higher education and basic education are two separate institutions. And so I asked them, what would happen if there is no continuum between the basic education curriculum and the higher education curriculum? Well, they just said that, well, it's an eye-opener to realize that there is really a need to talk about the continuity of the curriculum in the basic ed and the higher ed. So I was thinking really that we need to sit down. No, we need to sit down with the basic education and the higher education. These are separate entities, but we cannot make them isolated from one another. So the system should be in continuation. But anyway, that's a challenge again for all of us because our law sees these two things as isolated from one another. Okay? So anyway, that's another thing that we need to consider, my friends. If we want to train teachers to be a good reading teachers, and we say that right now you all know, I know you know this, you all know that all teachers are reading teachers. But how can you say that you are a reading teachers if you do not know what the discipline of reading is? I'm making you think. Because you cannot just say that you are a reading teacher if you do not know the processes involved in the actual teaching of reading and in the science of reading. See? Meaning to say, we need to act on this issue. Okay, that is why RAP, if you know, you can, And you would realize how in my presidency we tried to reach out to several institutions, training them to become better reading teachers. Okay? Now, another thing that I need you to really look at is what we call the plateau in reading. So when we speak of plateau in reading, it happens during the 4th grade level, no? We call it 4th grade reading slump. Okay? So what do we mean by 4th grade reading slump? It occurs during the transition in instructional focus from learning to read to reading to learn. Okay? Now, as part of the Research Center for Social Sciences and Education, my research focuses on, of course, the discipline of reading comprehension, elementary reading attitudes. I conducted a survey on, we call it ERAS, no? Elementary Reading Attitude Survey, and adult reading attitude survey. Now, I've conducted several studies on that and with my advices here in UST. And this has been a phenomenon. This has been a phenomenon, the plateau in reading or the 4th grade reading slump. And my studies validated the results of previous research. What is this instructional transition? Because remember, when we were in from kinder to grade 3, most of our texts are narrative. Okay, now when we speak of this narrative text, remember there is a structure of the text, which the structure of the text sometimes differ with, of course, the kind of story or content that you have. Until the 3rd grade, until the 3rd grade, a large component of children's literacy instruction focuses on helping them develop decoding and word recognition. Of course, these two things are very important. Okay? A large component of children's literacy instruction focuses upon helping them develop decoding and word recognition abilities. Now, this means that the focus is on developing an understanding that letters represent sounds and that different combinations of letters make different sounds. So ito yung phoneme-grapheme relationship. And that those sound together make words. Now, after the 3rd grade, the focus of literacy instruction starts to transition to comprehension or understanding of texts and critical thinking about those texts. While other subject areas also start to incorporate an increasing amount of print text. Okay, so from picture books to print text, and sometimes the texts are text heavy. Kahit nga po sa PowerPoint, di ba? Medyo it irks us if the PowerPoint is text heavy. Same reaction, my dear friends, with our students, especially of those students in transition. Now, most of the subject areas, papasok na dito, yung mga content areas, they incorporate an increasing amount of print text as part of their learning materials. It becomes assumed, there is an assumption that students will be able to successfully decode, iba po yung reading, kagaya na in-explain ko kanina, decode age-appropriate written texts while understanding them. Okay? So meaning, from this transition of decoding to reading, and that means understanding, may sometimes be too much for our students. If by 4th grade, students are not able to read with fluency and automaticity. So, ito yung challenge natin ngayon. If by the 4th grade, students are not able to read with fluency and automaticity, as LaBerge would really give emphasis on, no, the automaticity, our learners will spend excessive amounts of time and energy trying to figure out words in the printed text. Now, when they are in the process, just like what Dr. Noemi earlier demonstrated, no, if the reader puts a lot of energy, no, trying to make sense of an undecodable material, now you are making our working memory into overdrive. Meaning to say, because the working memory has a limited capacity. Okay, so putting the working memory into overdrive is cognitively exhausting, and the way it impedes a student's confidence can be emotionally discouraging. Now, that is why it is important that the texts that we give our students, our learners, are texts that can connect, that they can connect with. Okay, so it's really important that we make our students realize that confidence is important when they read. But true enough, okay, most of our grade 4 students right now, okay, may not have that kind of mastery, influency, and automaticity. Alam niyo po mga kaibigan, as part of our community engagement, ako po, we have a partner community in UST and RAP, and then we chose a community there in Capas Tarlac. So around 70% of the students are ITAS, no? They speak, I think the language that they speak is Abelen and Kapampangan, Abelen, Kapampangan, Mag-Ansi. Okay? So I frequented this school because I give several books, no? I facilitate the Filipino level books, and I train teachers there on how to teach beginning reading, because these are grade 7 students, ladies and gentlemen. Because our partner community is Santa Juliana National High School. So they are grade 7 students. When we did the assessment, I'm not sure, but it's really disheartening and it's really sad to realize that these grade 7 students are still in their alphabetic knowledge. Grade 7 students, first year high school. They couldn't even tell me when I asked, for example, okay, what's your name? So for example, my name is Rosaline. Okay, where is the sound r in your name? Hindi niya po ma-detect. Sa ulo niya lang isulat. Pero wala pa siya sa phoneme and grapheme relationship. Sad po, di ba? So, ilang schools pa po ang ganito sa Pilipinas na high school, maswerte tayo kung nakaka-decode sila. Pero marami po sa atin, marami po sa Pilipinas, eskwelahan sa Pilipinas, ang katulad sa sitwasyon ng tinutulungan naming school sa Capas Tarlac. At dahil nga po doon, nagkaroon po kami ng intervention, yun nga yung tinatawag naming Filipino Level Books, FLB, and this is actually a foundation of Ma'am Chona Lagu, Filipino teacher based in France, so nagturo siya sa France, at na bumabalik siya dito sa Pilipinas para tumulong. So may foundation siya, you can check it out. Yung Give a Book Foundation. At siya mismo ay isa sa mga authors ng Filipino Book. So mag-iisang taon na ngayon yung intervention namin sa Santa Juliana National High School. And from alphabetic knowledge, nasa word recognition na sila. Yay! That's a great feat, no? So imagine from alphabet knowledge to word recognition. And sometimes you get tired of helping, but you see if you try to see the joy, no, in the eyes of our learners and teachers, kahit siguro pagod na, mananatili pa rin tutulong. Okay, so again, another thing that we need to realize is what we call the 4th grade slam. Okay, so alam niyo mga kaibigan, 4th grade slam, okay, cannot be avoided. Hindi natin maiiwasan yan kasi it's a phenomenon. No, the research has already established this phenomenon of 4th grade slam. It cannot be avoided, but it can be managed. Because it might be daunting to our learners, no, to have that kind of transition to simply learning to read from, oh, you need to read this in order for you to learn. So as my discussion progresses, we'll take a look at this. But how can we do it? What can we do about it? I think the most important thing that we need to do as a nation is to cultivate the culture of reading. Meaning, when you try to cultivate the culture of reading, it has to be a triangulation. Di ba nga po sa research, kailangan para daw credible ang ating research, kailangan may triangulation ka. So ganun din po ang nakikita kong kailangan ng Pilipinas. Cultivate the culture of reading. So, anong ibig sabihin yan? Yung triangulation na yan, kailangan natin ng home, school, and community. Sabi nga po sa isang African adage, it takes a village to raise a child. Okay po? Who among you are familiar with it takes a village to raise a child? Can I have a like, please? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ayan. So it really takes a village to raise a child. Meaning to say, all of us have a responsibility. Okay? Especially if you are a mother, you have a moral responsibility to help in the process. So gone are the days, no? I think during our PTA, because my children are studying here at P. Gomez Elementary School, which is a public school, and I have been attending PTA meeting. But there's not so much a discussion on how to help our children learn to read at home. And it's sad that meeting, no, that meeting will just be spent on asking for donations. I can really say this because I've witnessed this. I think it's important, no, for us teachers to include in our curriculum as may it be a public institution or a private institution, to include our parents, and we make them realize, no, that they are part of the game. So I think for us teachers, during the parent-teacher conference or PTC, parent-teacher conference, baka naman pwedeng maglaan tayo ng mga 30 minutes, no, on how to help our children at home. Okay. So So, umpisa tayo sa bahay. Home. So, alam nyo na to, no? Children, I hope you read it with me. Children are made readers on the laps of their parents. We are very lucky because we are all teachers. And I believe that we have done this with our children. It may not be, a regular day, a regular night that we read to our children, but at least we know, because we are teachers, we know that again, we have the moral responsibility to guide our children. Kaya nga maganda sana no, na paramihan talaga ng mga magulang ay guro. Okay? Kasi we know the process. But sometimes, meron na namang bending of the rules. Ay, hindi ko na magawa yan kasi ang dami kong ginagawa sa school. So, napapabayaan ko yung mga anak ko dahil ang dami kong ginagawa sa school. But I think for me, no, busy as I am, I make it a point that I have time for them. Kahit na busy tayo, dahil mahal natin ang ating mga anak, gagawa tayo ng paraan para magkaroon ng panahon sa kanila. At dahil tayo ay magulang ng 45 students every day. Like here in UST, because I'm a researcher, so I only get 4 classes, but each class has 38 or 33 students. So 33 times, that's just not a lot, right? Compared to your condition or situation. But whenever a student of mine texts me or messages me and asks me questions, I would literally answer as soon as possible. So the simple tap to the shoulder of our students, no, of our children, basically. What do you think is our problem? Ano po sa palagay ninyo ang nemesis ng humanity? Ito ba ay kalaban lamang natin sa bahay? Pwede ko po bang itanong, ano po kaya ang nemesis natin ngayon bilang mga magulang, bilang kapatid, no? Kung wala pa tayong mga anak, or bilang tito o tita or lolo or lola sa mga meron ng mga apo. Sa palagay niyo po, what is humanity's nemesis today? May I invite you to please answer in the chat box. And Ma'am Claire, please read it to us. Thank you so much.
Ayan, good morning po. So, as per Ma'am Adele Macodera, Sir Gleason Earl, poverty daw po. And as per Sir Bernie, technology. Some
Technology.
some participant po, sabi is internet use.
Internet use.
Yes, and most of them are answering technology, gadgets,
Technology.
humanity itself.
Oh my God. Ang lalim nun. Pang Miss Universe yung sagot nun. Sino yon? Sino yung teacher na yun, Ma'am Claire?
Si Ma'am Florine May. Ayan po.
Oh my God, Ma'am Flor. Parang gusto kitang makausap. Okay, so thank you very much. So most of you answered technology. Tama po ba? And I think if you try to look at this slide, no? Tingnan po natin. Can you read it to us, Ma'am Claire? Is it clear?
Readable naman po siya pero medyo maliit lang po.
Sorry. Sige, can you read it to us, Ma'am Claire?
I used
Or
to
can you
find...
ask a volunteer to read it to
yeah.
us?
Who
Pwede
wants
ba
to
yun?
volunteer po to read?
Si Marisol. Ako si Marisol. Marisol, you're raising your hand. Ako si Marisol. Oh, si Jason nagtataas ng kamay. Jason.
Ayan. Sir Jason, you may now unmute your microphone.
Hey, good morning, everyone.
Hello, Sir Jason. Can you please make a little introduction about yourself, please?
My name is Jason Mahilong from Zamboanga City. I'm
Wow,
a TNE.
Zamboanga. Panalo ka talaga, Ma'am Claire. Sir
I'm from,
Jason, can you please
yes po.
open your camera?
Nako, delikado. Sandali lang po.
Kailangan makita namin yung kagwapuhan mo.
Nga.
Ay, nawala siya,
On
Ma'am
the
Claire. Oh
Wait lang.
yes, thank you so much, Sir Jason, for proving that you are not an AI.
Okay po.
Yes
Ako
po.
ito. AI pa rin, ma'am. Ako ito.
Yeah. Go, sir.
Sige po, my device. I used to find it charming. I used to think it's nice. But now I am a prisoner of my own device. I need to take pictures. I need it to play games. Remember all my numbers. Remember all my names. It tells me where I'm going. It gives me all my news. It plays all my music. It buys me all my shoes. I need to go to mom's house with a birthday cake. Now I simply text her, don't even have to bake. I once had conversations with people that I met. It used to make me nervous. It used to make me sweat. Now I can ignore them. I look down at my screen. They don't even notice they're doing the same thing. Sandali, may nag-chat. Ayun. My device is smarter than everyone I meet. It knows all the Teka, paano ba
Answers.
tatanggalin? It knows all the answers. Forward. Hindi ko na mabasa, ma'am, yung last part kasi nandun yung
You're all obsolete.
You're
okay,
all
you're all
obsolete.
obsolete. Yeah, okay.
Sir Jason,
Yes po.
so can you share with us your connection with the text, with the poem that you've read, poem, or poem?
Okay, connection, no? Um,
Are you like that already?
yes. Well, yes. No, I can really relate to this. Although some part, not the buying of the shoes, I cannot relate to that. Not the news. I don't. I'm already bothered with the real life news, so I don't bother na muna sa ibang news with all the news in school. So sabi ko, kuwan muna ako hands off. Although I only read news kung kailangan ko siyang i-relate sa class.
Yeah.
Ganun. And the rest, but staying on screen, really, I can really relate to that. I could even recall the time wherein I got addicted to novelite. I'm not sure if anybody here reads novels. Do you read novels? Yung mga ang iba Wattpad ang ginagamit, but me, I read novels. I read manga.
Opo.
So since ang manga once a week lang, ang kwan niya yung update. So I moved to novels, yun mga Chinese novels. So I was so addicted to it that even when doing things, I'm reading the novel while I'm doing things. Even putting my baby to sleep, I read the novel while putting my baby to sleep. So something like that. It's just like my eyes were really glued onto the screens.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love the word that you use, no, addicted to it. Correct. And sometimes I think, thank you so much. Thank you very much, Sir Jason. It was a passionate
ma'am.
reading. Thank you.
Ah.
And Ma'am Claire, thank you. So the word that Sir Jason used was addicted. And sometimes you are already addicted to something and yet you don't realize it. Correct po ba yun?
Yes po. I use the term addicted because it's like the drug addiction that sometimes when you abruptly remove it from your system, it makes you crazy. You really have to look for it, something like that. So yeah, addiction.
Correct.
It's more of an
Exactly.
addiction.
Yeah. So isn't it disturbing to find ourselves already addicted to our own device. Even if we are already, we say, matured enough and intelligent enough. And yet, because we are addicted to this, it now becomes, it now cripples us. It now cripples and basically torments us without us even realizing it. And we are all aware of this. And I think we all are guilty of this. That is why we say the U.S. Surgeon General Vivek Murthy issued an advisory on the harmful impact of social media on youth mental health. Young people report, in a survey conducted, young people report that social media makes them feel worse about themselves. Imagine, social media makes them feel worse about themselves. That's why terms, nomenclatures like body shaming, bullying, cyberbullying were of use in our generation. And some young people report feeling this kind of worse about their friendships. And how many friends suffered because of social media. And young people report that they cannot get off it. Just like us, we are already a prisoner of our own device. And I believe that you agree with me. It's now very difficult to get off it. Correct? Those who agree, please, I want to see your confirmation. I want to see your validation that kahit tayong mga matatanda na, no? When I am riding a bus, I can see old, not so old people, no? Parang na lang siyang multo na ang lakas ng sounds niya, na wala siyang pakialam basta makapanood siya ng Facebook videos, no? So, sa busman, sa jeepman, yung mga taong parang naging zombie na. At tayo lahat ay guilty dito. And realizing this, I think we need to do something. Okay, ma'am, Claire, I need your help. I will stop sharing my screen because I want everybody to see this. I'll stop sharing my screen, ma'am. Okay, can you please take a look at the video and then what do you think is happening to the baby? Okay. So what did you notice?